MTGandME, this is Charles with something a little different today. In fact, it's not even Magic related. So for Christmas this year, a couple of family members actually just gave me cash. So since I had gotten a bunch of cash, I was kind of thinking about what would I spend this on. And most of you don't know, but one of my other hobbies is collecting vintage video games. And last year when I saw the NES Mini Classic come out, I thought it was pretty neat, but you know, I already had a NES down in the basement. I have a substantial collection, about 500 NES games. So anyway, fast forward to January of this year, and I'm just trawling through Facebook, and I see this advertisement for Tom Top, and it was about $20 shipped for like an NES type clone system. And yeah, it arrived today, so only a couple weeks in the mail. So let's open her up and take a look. So there she is in all her glory, along with a cheap dollar store North American power adapter. So first glance, this thing looks a lot like a mini NES. So check out those controllers. And Fred coming up to say hi. So if you look at the controllers, these things look a lot like, basically like the classic NES console. Here, I'm going to take care of the cat. Hold on. Yeah, so one of the things you notice on some of the classic or the new Japanese knockoffs or Chinese knockoffs of these is that there's some 4-button controllers. In fact, this box, now that we look at it, it actually has a black sticker right here covering up what I presume to be the 4 buttons on the common version of this. It says it includes AV outs, 2 controllers, 500 classic built-in games. So I chose this one because it looks like the original NES versus some of them that are just sort of evocative of it, but not quite the same. Yeah, otherwise not much on here. Past quality control number 30, 500 built-in games, universal use, NTSC PAL. Let's pop this open. All right. So check out these bad boys. So first impressions, it looks initially like an NES. This is like an overlay decal. So I would say at best a poor quality imitation of the NES. But the D-pad feels clicky, so that's nice. The start select buttons. Sure. And it's interesting to use a classic Atari type joystick connector. And then, yeah, as it said, there's 2 controllers in here. We have a power adapter, which is a USB-D type connector to a European power adapter format. So you just slide that guy over top of there. Now you have this gigantic wall wart sticking out from the wall. But given the power output of this, which is not... Oh, it is labeled. Okay. 0.1 amp... Oh, input 0.1 amps, 50-60 hertz. Output 5 volts at 500 milliamps, plus or minus 10 milliamps. So I could probably actually just replace this whole thing with a different USB power connector. Then, you know, pretty traditional AV power outs. Looks like a headphone type powered, or not power jack, output jack for AV. Another thing is you see some of these online where it's actually where they actually have a DMR connector. And here's the cute little guy. I almost want to screen this over so it says NES. They're quite tiny. It's kind of remarkable how small this thing is. You know, no real rattling. It feels pretty good. Oh, those power and reset buttons feel awful chintzy, but... And yeah, pretty simple for it. We got an AV out, DC in, no other fancy features. That's it. Not even rubber feet on the bottom. So size comparison, if you look at that controller versus the console. And the length of controller cables is what? It's about probably... Well, it's hard to show on camera, but I would say probably 4 feet. Yeah, and then we get a list of games with random names. Sansu 1 through 5 is listed twice. Cosmo Bros, Aladdin. We're going to actually have to load this in and then see what they're actually like. Oh, Ninja Turtles, Double Dragon, Adventure Island, Donkey Kong. So yeah, I'll probably hook that up and we'll get some footage of that, hopefully, and see how that goes. Here's our little user manual, Mini TV Game Anniversary Edition. Just gives a basic overview of the system. And that's kind of interesting. This diagram is upside down in the manual. Do you see that? System upside down, system right side up. So if you labeled the diagram that way, it would make far more sense. But it is what it is, right? So that's it. Yeah, that's the NES Mini. We're going to give it a try and give you some of our impressions.
If you enjoyed the video, you could help us by clicking that like button and leaving a comment. And to support the channel, please click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching!